everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Rita Berman's summer book, and we are using Black Widow's pencils. As I said yesterday, we're going to be doing the shoes today, and I have picked this Blue Horizon pencil. This is a scorpion pencil to do the main parts of the colour. I'm going to come in a bit closer so we can see them a bit more. Just move the book across a tad. There we are. Now I'm going to sort of work through the shoe, looking at the details. So I'm not just, I was tempted to just put a layer down and then, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at each bit. So we're going to start down here. We've got these sort of bumpy bits. So I'm just going to sharpen up my pencil. What I'm going to do with these, I think I always like to colour these so they're a little bit darker here and then less towards the top, like this. Now if you want, you can sort of ignore the patterning and just colour the shoe in a sort of plain even layer, which in a way would be more realistic maybe than sort of all this patterning, but I think the patterning's there for us to enjoy. It makes the colouring a little bit more interesting for me, I think. And it's sort of, I feel it's how perhaps we should do it. Yeah, that's how Rita's drawn it. And I'm just going to work through. So I was just having a look at the videos that I've done. I haven't got many lined up for you at the minute. I'm got a bit behind, so I'm hoping to do a bit of catching up today. I always feel that because I release 2 a day, if I can record 2 in a day, then I'm staying on top of things. But if I can do a few extra, then I can get ahead, if that does make sense, doesn't it? But these are slightly shorter videos because they're my morning ones, so I should be able to get a few extra done for you. And then I've got an idea for some afternoon ones as well. I've got actually sorted out a pile of books the other day with all sorts of ideas in. I was looking for more summery themed pictures, which is why I grabbed this book, and a few others that I found with sort of summery ideas in. So that's good. Not that it's summery weather here still yet. It's warmish, you know, but wet and cloudy. Yeah, it doesn't feel summery, but I'm enjoying it, I have to say. I just keep thinking, you know, it's delaying that hot, humid weather. It's raining today. I was going to try and get out for a walk, but we'll see. It's supposed to be stormy later. But I've come to do some videos first thing because my boys have got things to do. One of them has got some driving test revision to do. The other one has got some CV work to do, but I don't know if he's doing it. So we'll see. I've given him some guidance and left him to it. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, he's not particularly good at getting on like his brother is, but I feel like I want to try and leave him to do things on his own a little bit more. He used to be much better, I think. I had a quick chat with husband about it. We definitely think his meds are having a big impact on him, but he needs to try and work his way through it a little bit because unfortunately he's going to have to be on meds of some sort. Now in here, look, we've got a bit here. I'm going to do this a little bit darker because I feel like it might be sort of sitting lower than those loopy bits, although they might just be a pattern. And I feel like this bit might be higher somehow, so I'm going to do this bit a bit lighter. It's just putting a little bit of a lighter touch on the pencil there. Now this bit here is what we call the tongue, and I think this will be darker. We're going to have some shadows in here from the laces and things like that. So I'm going to layer it down a little bit darker to start with in this area. And you can see how we can get different shades of colour with the same pencil. I'm sure you know this, but it just sort of demonstrates it here. It means that even if you've only got a small set of pencils, you can get a great, you know, different colours from them. And then of course you can combine colours to get even more. So you don't necessarily have to have huge amounts of pencils to get different colours. It's just like paint. You know, I don't know about you, but when we were in school, we were only ever given, we only ever had 6 colours of paint. So we had black and white, and blue, red and yellow, and then one other, and the other one you got depended on which selection of paints you took, and they were powdered watercolour paints, I think. And sometimes if you were lucky, sometimes you get an orange, which is pretty horrible, or green, but if you were lucky you get a purple. But I'm trying to work out what that is there. I don't feel like it would be the end of the shoe, because the shoe comes on up here. You see this tongue is quite high, so I don't know what the line is there. And same here, I think that might be a bit of leaf there, but this, I'm really unsure. I think I'm just going to colour it blue and ignore it, because I don't know what it is. If you know better, then you can colour it in a way you feel is right. So there we have this line coming up here, which I think is a continuation of this bit here. So I'm going to keep it quite pale. Yeah, there we go, I think that works. Now this bit here, I'm going to do dark like I did this bit here. Okay, because I feel like it should be treated in a similar way. Yes, so when we were at school we only had a few different paint colours, and we were expected to mix all our colours. And so I sort of learned about colour mixing then. But these days with pencils, I'm just looking at all these bits and trying to work out what to do. I think I'll do the lines a bit darker. So we learnt all about, you know, how I'm just going to do this bit in here a bit lighter and then think about it. You know, red and yellow make orange, and blue and yellow make green, and all that sort of thing. Red and blue make purple. You know, we were taught all that colour theory. We did a colour, I think we used to make a colour wheel at the beginning of every term. I'm just going to do that lightly. And so we were taught that, but obviously not everyone is. I'm going to just make that a bit darker around there. But if you don't know about combining colours and things, you can buy colour wheels on Amazon, or even better, you can just have a look at them online. You don't have to buy one. There's plenty of pictures of them. You know, if you just go into your search engine and type it, you'll see, and it'll help you to have a look at the different combinations of colours if it's something you haven't studied before, or maybe like me, it's been quite a long time since you were at school and doing it. I mean, I'm sure not all schools did that in art lessons. I don't know whether I guess there is a curriculum in the UK now for art. When I was at school, we didn't have what they now call the national curriculum. So art teachers just taught what they wanted to teach. I'm doing all this quite lightly, and I think I'm just going to do these lines a bit darker. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just playing around with it. Yeah, so we didn't really, I don't think it was standard teaching, you know, but I don't know, because I didn't really know about these sorts of things. I'm going to go a bit darker in here. I know when we did like our exams, you know, all schools had to do the same. like what my cousin studied in the school, in a different school to me, was the same. Now this up here, see this I think is like the hole that the lace is disappearing into, so I feel like it needs to be dark. But the rest of this I'm just going to do quite light. And see how it looks, making sure I've covered all of it. There we go. Yep, I'm happy with that. I'm going to move on to this one. Now this one is very different because we don't have any of the markings on like this one, but we have the same sort of shape. So I'm going to start here. Remember this bit we did really lightly, so I'm just going to start with this light bit here and then move through. Looks slightly different. I'm just doing the best I can really. Like that goes up there, look. So this would be a bit darker. Got to get it in between these leaves. This is the shoe as well, up here and there, because our leaves are sort of twisting over the shoe. My sister used to have a pair of baseball boots when we were young. I was really jealous of them. I don't know why I didn't have a pair and she did. Obviously I must have had, whether she bought them with her own money, having saved up pocket money. I wasn't so good at saving as her. I am now, but I wasn't back then. I learnt a really valuable lesson anyway. But I really liked hers and I wanted a pair. They were quite trendy, but I never ended up getting one. Don't like them now. They're not waterproof. I'm too practical. But yes, because she used to rarely spend any money. And I used to spend my money, you know, sweets, toys, you know, that sort of thing. And then I really disliked not having any money. So it taught me a really valuable lesson. So now as an adult, I don't spend money so freely. And she does. And she doesn't have as much in the way of savings as I do. Now, obviously our incomes are different, our situations are different, etc. So you wouldn't necessarily expect us to have the same, but she's rather like my mother in having the attitude that, oh well, my husband bought himself X, so I felt I deserved something. Whereas I don't. I get a joy from having money behind me, savings there, just in case I need them, you know. So I don't. And she says to me, oh, you shouldn't be such a martyr, you should spend money. And I'm like, it's not about that. For me, having it there behind me, knowing it's there for an emergency, gives me a sense of security. For example, you know, we've had this problem with our bathroom, which we're still resolving. But I knew this is going to be dark in here, like we did on this side. I'm just going to sharpen up. We knew that we had some savings that we could use to pay for it. They weren't there to spend on everyday things. You know, they were there for an emergency, and we will spend it, and then we will have to put some money by again to build it back up again, you know, so we've got money for next time we need it. And there's always something that needs money when you own a house, or even when you're renting. I assume, you know, we could really do with a new washing machine, a tumble dryer for example, but we haven't got round to buying one. It's very boring, isn't it? So I do buy things for myself. You know, I have pre-ordered Johanna Basford's new book, and you know, I've got her next year's planner and things like that. So I do have things, but just not, I don't just always, I think about what I'm buying carefully. You know, we've still got family at home, you know, boys are still here, so we have to think about that, you know. And husband is now is semi-retired, so the income isn't so big as it was, so it's fine, and I don't mind. You know, I'm very lucky, I'm very grateful for what I have. And fortunately, at the moment we're managing. on what we've got. I'm working even harder though, and it is I'm getting some reward from that, which is good. So it's just a matter. I was reading actually a book yesterday. It's catching up on my reading again, having been watching the tennis so much and not reading much. How are we doing for time? We'll do a little bit of florals, I think, now. I want this to be pink. I just looked at it and I thought pink. So I'm going to grab the hot pink, which is a Monarch pencil. I'm just trying to find it. You have to bear with me. That's bliss. Don't forget this. Is that it? Yeah. Here we are. Yes, having been watching tennis and things like that so much, I haven't been reading, so I was catching up. And it's a book about people, business owners really, I guess. And it was talking about one and just saying, you know, he worked until he died. You know, he just had this hard work approach, and it's interesting because it's what I have. I'm going over a few bits dark. I like the edges to be a bit darker, and I'm going to find a darker pink. I think the bubblegum will work. And yeah, that, you know, I work hard. I believe that hard work gets repaid, you know, and so I'm forever bubblegum. I'm forever making videos, making swatch charts, doing other online things, but I do have fun, you know, and I think that's another important thing, is to find something that you really enjoy. So luckily I'm not going to do any of the green leaves at the moment. I feel that I will decide at the end whether I want them to all be the same or different. Obviously the bits that we've done already, the leaves are different to each other. I don't know what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to do these 4 flowers. Where should we go colour wise though? Let's have a look. We don't want to do blue because we're very, you know, we've got blue here, obviously lots of blue. Maybe we'll do a peachy colour. We've got a lot of sort of peaches. Let's go for what does that look like? Let's go for the orange petal. Where's that? What type of pencil is it? It is a dragon. Where are the dragons? Is that it? No, that's under. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I'm a great believer that if you work hard, you get rewarded. And I know lots of people work hard, but also you have to work hard at the right thing. You have to look out for opportunities and take advantage of things that come your way. Have your eyes open to things. I try. It's hard, isn't it? Because like I get approached by scammers all the time, and I think we all do probably. And sometimes it looks like a fabulous opportunity. You think, no, I can't do that. You know, you have to be so careful. But I like to think I'm going to use, I'm just looking at my list, what was that? Orange petal. I am going to use the sherbet with that. Oops. The sherbet is a skin tone pencil. Tea's missing. They wear off sometimes. I'm just going to sharpen it because I just want it for certain bits. You'll see. You know, we do have to be careful. Sometimes we have to take risks. I'm a really risk averse though. I'm not very good at taking risks. So, but luckily my family are quite canny and good, so I talk to them about things too. It's like you know, I've put out these compilation videos. For me that was quite a risk because people might really hate them, I know my members like them, some of my members like them, but I didn't know whether other people would. I'm going back to my orange petal. I'm going to go back over it all again. And that was risky. You know, it's not a huge risk, but it might have meant I lost subscribers because I might have disliked it. I had some dislikes on those videos. I get dislikes on videos anyway. I don't, YouTube is quite careful. It doesn't show you how many likes and it doesn't show you how many dislikes you have, but it tells you what percentage of your feedback was likes, so you can work it out really. And I do get dislikes, and that's fine, because I know some people just dislike because they want to show me that they prefer other videos that I've done and they're not keen on that one, and that's a good way to give feedback. I'm going to use the Aztec Gold. It's a Monarch pencil for the flower centre. It might be that they don't like that book, that pencil set, that particular series, you know, and that's fine. I don't take a lot of notice of likes and dislikes, to be honest. If something gets an extra big amount of dislikes, I will think, oh, something went wrong there, and that might influence me. But generally, you have to be really resilient when you're online, because you have to be careful. If you're gonna get negatives, and you've got to just try and move on. You can't please everybody, and you can't let it get you down. Right, that is all I'm going to do today. We've done a fair bit actually, and it's, you know, it's about the time that I've been doing these videos for, so I'm sure it's fine. We'll come back tomorrow and do some more florals, which will be nice. But there we go for today. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day and happy colouring.